Hello, everyone. Glenda Mollet here, and welcome to my craft room. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from the west coast of Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. And tonight I have another amazing fancy fold for you. I'm just on Facebook making sure that everything is going good. Good. So tonight I have a card for you. I found this tutorial on Jan B's YouTube channel. It's called A Suspended Book. Fun, fun fold, fancy fold. Hello, Facebook user. Oh, that's Holly. One day I'm going to get to see all the names without having to flip back and forth all the time. So welcome. Suspended Book Fun Fold. And the one I did a template. So I'll show you the template. And then I created one using the cottage rose, and I'll show you that in a minute. This is retiring, and I'm sad because I really like this for coloring. So the one I'm going to do tonight uses Playing in the Rain. And I got a whole bunch of pieces from the designer paper, and I don't have a clue what I'm going to do with them, but I have them and I know what the fold is going to be like. Now, I do have to confess, hey, Pat, I do have to confess that I did this a while ago and I had to go back and watch Jan's video so I could remember how to put it together for tonight. Oh my. So here's the card. This is the one I made using cottage rose. So when I do these fancy folds now, fun folds, I always do a template. And I got this idea from Jackie Bolheis. Hey, Connie. So that I can keep them. I put them in a plastic. These are the plastic sleeves that the dies come in. And I just put, if I know the name, I put it on a sticker on there. And then I store them in here like this in a box. And then when I want one, all I have to do is run through there and get the one I want. And it's got all the measurements and everything on it. Hi, Kathy. And another Facebook user, Valerie. So you guys that are, your names are showing up as Facebook user. Have you told StreamYard to give me your name? So in the description of the video, there is that little thing that says I'm going live. It says click the follow. No, wait. Like, oh, here it is. Click the following link to share your name in my VIP group only. So StreamYard, you have to give them StreamYard permission to show me your name in StreamYard. I can see it in Facebook, but it doesn't do me any good there because I'm over in StreamYard where I can flip back and forth and do stuff. Hi, Carmen. I don't understand, but anyway, so if I call you a Facebook user, I'm sorry. Okay, are you ready to see this fold? This is the template that I made. So it is a regular card, and it stands up like a regular card, but then it has this suspended portion on the front that's like a book fold. You see it? Isn't that the coolest thing? So when you stand it up, see, it's free floating. Isn't that amazing? I love these things. I know the one I did, was it last week I did the triple planter one? That was an amazing one. This one is another one of those amazing ones, but this one's a lot easier to do. It has probably just as many pieces, but then you're going to add you cover up a lot of the mechanism, and even on the inside, see? It's even got extra pieces in there. If you've got extra designer paper, you can stick it in there as well, because right now it's the end of the catalog and everything is retiring. Oh, thanks everybody. So I didn't put designer paper in there, but you can, and maybe we will on the one that I make tonight. So this is the one I made using the cottage rose, and I colored it with petal pink and soft sea foam. And this is the designer paper, is Abigail Rose designer paper, and it's going too. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, another Facebook user. Who's that? Oh, let's get over there. Valerie. Okay, it's not showing me all the Facebook. It drives me incredibly crazy. Hi. Oh, there's Janet, Carolyn, and Carla. Carla, you were supposed to message me at lunch, and you didn't. Okay, so I made a custom envelope because, you know, the designer paper is retiring, so why not make a custom envelope and use up that paper? So I'm going to use Playing in the Rain, and this is, I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of this left. This paper is still available. Although the stamp set and the dies are not retiring, they will no longer. Of course you got busy, Carla. Oh my gosh, you and your life, I tell you. The Playing in the Rain stamp set and dies are not retiring. They are going to be in the new annual catalog, but they're not bundled anymore. So if you don't have this, you need to get it, and you need to get it before the 4th of May, because then the 10% saving on the bundle goes away forever. So the dies are cool because they cut out the designer paper. See that? They cut out that. They cut out the dude with the umbrella. They cut out the. I was going to say the pineapple. Nope, it's not a pineapple. Cut out the turtle. Yes, Carla, you need this bundle. Uh-oh, whose Facebook user is that? Oh, no, Val. Ooh. All right, so the paper is still available while supplies last. Unfortunately, it's going to sell out soon. I just have this feeling. So if you want me to get you some, now would be the day, because I just checked. Hello, Marcia. And who else said hi? Marlene. Hello, Marlene. Okay, so I can't show you all of the sheets of the paper because, you know, I've used quite a bit of it and I've only got a few little pieces left. But they all have, they call it UV coating. See, it makes it shiny. Each of the sheets has, so this one has raindrops, and don't know what that one had on because they were cut off. So yeah, the paper is still available. I have one sheet of these dudes left. Oh no, I don't. I have 2 sheets because apparently I was hoarding it because I didn't want to cut them up. I think I had 3 packages of this paper. And then there's this one. Look at that. That's one side, and then this is the other. So they have cool things on the other side too. Okay, so that's the paper. So I got it out because I might need some of it. Clouds. Yes, clouds. So I cut all the pieces, and we'll see what happens. I have half a turtle, I have a fox, I have a rabbit, and then I've got all that other stuff over there. But we're going to put the card together first. So I posted the recipe so everybody would have it. And if you're going to craft along with me, that's good. If not, you can always go back and catch the replay. And if you're not on here live with me and you get catching the replay, thank you so much for joining me. Okay. And yes, there was a typo in the recipe, but I did edit it and told you what the right one was. Card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, folded over in half like usual. Then you have a piece that is 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. Yeah, so this is 4.5 by 4.25, and you score that at 2.25, right in the center. And then there's 2 hinges, and these are 2 by 4.5, and they are scored at 1 1/8, 2.25, and 3 3/8. Now I don't think I put the scoring on. Just going to go in there. I don't think I put the scoring in the graphic that I made, so you may need to get. I'm just going in to look. Where's the graphic? Come on. La 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 la. No, I did not. Okay, so I'll go over it again so you can write it down. The card base is regular, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. That's just your normal thing. Then the 4.5 by 4.25, you score it at 2.25. So this is the 4.5 inch wide, and you score it at 4.25. Then the hinges. Yeah, that's good, Kathy. You can do that. You can catch the replay. Then the hinges are scored at 1 1/8, 2.25, and 3 3/8. And that's it. The rest is just decoration. So I'll show you how to put this thing together. So the first thing you have to do is take your card base, and it is 5.5. So you want to measure in the middle, which is 2 3/4. And then lightly put a line down the center of it. So that gives you the center of your card, because these wings are going to line up there in the center. And if you don't get them centered, one is not going to be as long as the other one, like if you get it over a bit. So just grab that and lightly do that, and then we'll just erase. So where's my template? Here's the part that we're working on now. These hinges here, these two. So you're going to fold them in a circle, sort of, or in a box. 1, 2, 3. So they're all folded like that, both of them, in the same direction. See, so there's the 2 hinges. Easy peasy, right? Hi, Debbie. Yeah, so now, when Jan does hers, she uses Tombow. I don't like Tombow for doing stuff like this, but that's just my personal preference. So I'm just going to use Stampin' Seal. So I'm going to put adhesive on one end of each of these hinges. You can use tear and tape. You can use Tombow. You could use the Stampin' Seal Plus, but I use this and it stuck together. Okay, now the other measurement you need to do, when I find where I plunked my ruler down, is kind of have to figure out where the center of this is. So that would be 2 1/8. And these are 2 inches. So if I put that at the 2 inch, then that's going to give me the center. Just so I know approximately, you want to make kind of sure that you've got it pretty well centered. Okay, that doesn't make sense at all. Does it? It does. Okay. God, it's a good thing you guys are not crafting along with me. Doing it on the replay is a much better idea. Okay, so there's the adhesive on that one. And I'm going to put it right there where I marked that 2 inches, right along the center line that I marked there. And then burnish it really well. I think I'll just use my bone folder. And another way to burnish it is to take one of your blocks and just do that. That burnishes it really well. Then you take your other one, and there's the sticky on that one, and just line it up exactly the same way. Now, hopefully, when I did that, I got them straight. No, they're not straight. Of course not. And I burnished them. What do you think? Am I going to be able to? I don't know how critical it is to get them straight, but I would think that you would need them to be straight. Okay, thank goodness for grid paper. There we go. That'll do. Okay, so there we are. That's the whole thing. Now I'm going to erase my pencil marks because they will show. Well, no, they probably won't because we're putting a piece on top of it, but that's okay. We'll erase them anyways. Now, let me just go over that with my you know what? I think I think the video was wrong. Hang on. Where did I put all my pieces? Oh, there they are. Oh, yeah, the video was wrong. Because see, that's too, it has to be able to, okay. It's a good thing I used tear and tape, or didn't use tear and tape, because apparently these things need to. So the one that I watched from Jan apparently is not the one that I got the measurements from. That's okay. This will work. So are you confused yet? Am I losing you? I know. You guys are probably going, oh my God, another one of her master messes. All right. We'll do it. Okay. 1.5. I'm going to put the center here. Then I'm going to turn it here. And I'm going to put the center is right there. Because this is going this way. And then we'll have to turn this all the other way, but it's okay. Just line up that edge. Line up that edge where it folds in the middle-ish. And you want it so that the fold doesn't get doesn't get bound. There, that's better. That's how it's supposed to work. Did you see that? Okay. So all I've done is I just folded them the other way so I can still use then pop your hinge in behind like that. Now I'm going to use my grid paper so I can line it up, get it on the same line, move it over till it doesn't bind, and fold it over. There we go. Now I'm going to attach. I'm just making sure that this is the way that I did it. We'll just hang on. Let's just look here. This is like partially temporary tape. Yep. Okay. That's why I do a template, so I can take it apart if I have to. All right, now we're going to put this on the inside. And we're going to line that up with the center. You need a chiseler. It's okay. That's why I use the Stampin' Seal, because it comes up. And we'll just put our adhesive on here. Line this up on the center, sort of. There we go. And then line this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 5. Up a little bit. There we go. I've always been good at fixing messes because I make them so often. Okay, then this is going to go on there. And which side am I using? No, I'm going to put that side down. So now we'll put the designer paper on there. Yes, I always told my bosses when they ask, when you do your job interview, and when you're a bookkeeper, you need to be accurate. And they would always say, do you get frustrated by mistakes? And I would say, no, I don't get frustrated by mistakes. I make them all the time, and then I learn how to fix them. Okay, so we've got that done now, and the wings are on there. Then find some more pieces here. So that one, that one, that one, that one. Those are for the front. If I didn't put one upside down. So those are going to be these two on the front. And then the two side ones are going to be these two pieces. So I'll put those onto I'm using Mango Melody cardstock because it's in this paper, and this is one of the colors that's retiring. So I'm supposed to be getting my box of new goodies tomorrow. I've got my fingers crossed that they're actually coming. They were in Richmond today with Valerie's stuff. Only when Valerie's takes an extra day to get to her, because it's got to come to the island and then go over. Okay, so now these go on the sides of the inside. So I might be doing a reveal at some point when my stuff comes in. But I don't know whether it'll be Saturday, because we may have to go to Salt Spring on Saturday. There's a service for family member. And we're just waiting to hear about something else before. Oh, somebody got theirs today. Who's that got their order today? Holly. Ooh, Holly, lucky you. Okay, so this is just decoration, these pieces here. There we go. Now, we have so many of these. These are all the same size, so it doesn't matter where you put them, but you're going to put them 2 there and 2 on the inside. You see them there? So you don't put them here, because that's where your front attaches. And you don't put them there. You put them everywhere else. All right. Some adhesive on here. Just line those up. Oops, come on. There. Now, I didn't cut designer paper pieces for the inside. So do you think I should put designer paper inside? Because I have to do it before I put the front on. Because you can't do it afterwards. You need to do all of this stuff first. So let me know if you think I should cut designer paper for in here. And I'll show you what it looks like in a sec when I get these ones on. Because I do have the paper right here. So if we decide that we want it, I can do it. So I need your help because I just finished the latest series that I was watching called Peak Practice. It was about somewhere in Britain. I don't remember where they said. A doctor's practice, and there was 13 seasons, and each season was 16 episodes. So it was a nice binge watch. It's taken me months to do it. But now I need something to watch. So in the comments, tell me what what the latest show that you watched was, and whether you liked it, and what you watched it on. Can't see what Janet. Can't see what, sorry. Where I'm putting these pieces. Okay, so I put them on the inside of the hinges. Now we're going to close the hinge and we're going to put them on the outside of the hinges. And then we'll put designer paper on those pieces. I don't have Amazon Prime, Debbie. We have Roku. So we have Roku, we have Global and Netflix. Okay, so there's that on one side. Yellowstone. Oh, yes, I've watched Yellowstone. I'm up to date on Yellowstone. But now there's got what was the other 1823 and 1929 or something? I'm going to think I might start watching those. But those I can only get on Soap Today. So I don't watch those in the evening. I know there's only certain things I can watch in certain places. Because of the way our Capture. Capture. Ooh, that one sounds good. Who said that? Carolyn. Oh, I'll have to check that one out. What is that on? Do you know, Carolyn? I'll probably get it on Filmrise or something. Yeah. I think I watched the first season of the 18, I don't remember what it's called, 18 something. Okay. I'm missing one of these. Where's the fourth one? Uh-oh. Did I only cut 3? Oh, there it is. Still my envelope. Okay, I'm going to put paper on the outside ones, and then somebody asked for designer paper on the inside. So let's see. You'll be able to see what it looks like. Glue everywhere. Prime. Oh, I don't get Amazon Prime. I'm one of those cheap people, don't pay for Amazon Prime. We haven't paid for TV for probably 8 years now in any form. And then Netflix decided that we weren't allowed to sponge off of our son anymore. So we bought the affiliate one for $8 a month. So now I pay $8 a month for Netflix. And that's the only TV we pay for. Our Roku sticks were $20 at Canadian Tire. But there is the website on the internet called Soap Today, SOAP, then the number 2, and then TODAY.TO. And they have a lot of pirated stuff on there, and that's where I watch, like the Chicagos and Yellowstone and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so there we go. There's the hinges. Now, oops, this way. Do you want me to get designer paper? I need 1 3/4 by 7/8. All right, let's find something to chop up. I have some more of these. We'll just use these. I need 1 3/4 by 7/8. 7/8. 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. Might as well use the designer paper up, right? Because otherwise, where is it going? 7/8 by 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. There we go. Okay, let's put some designer paper on the inside too. Oh, okay. I will try. Yes. Yes, Debbie. That's what it is. It's a stick that you plug into the back of your smart TV. So you can, it's called Roku, ROKU, and it has its own channel to capture. I'm going to have to write that down because my brain cells don't retain stuff like they used to. It's too full of card measurements, I think. Hey, don't forget, if you're enjoying this video, hit those emojis and let Facebook know that this is a good video to push out to people. It's this one tonight is in my VIP group, so you can't share it, but you can tag your friends in it, tell them to come and join our VIP group. Oh, I'm losing my fingerprints with this adhesive. Going to have to write capture down because I'm going to forget. All right, and don't forget the Rhino Ready class is open for registration, and I've changed it because one of the options was the bundle plus, and you can't get the bundle anymore. So I've made it the stamp set. Let me see if I can, because I got all this stuff here. I got my color club coming. Now I call this a club, but it's not really a club. You can do whatever months you want. You can do 1 or 2, and you can pick and choose your months. So the first month, we're going to do Bubble Bath and Berry Burst. Second month, Azure Afternoon and Lost Lagoon. The third month, Lemon Lolly and Misty Moonlight. Then Pecan Pie and Lemon Lime Twist. And the last month, Blueberry Bushel and Pretty Peacock. So you can do 1 month, you can do all 5 months, you can choose the new colors only if you already have the returning ones. And then there's my In Color Club, 5 months, 5 people, 5 hostesses, 5 colors, and lots of stuff. This one, 105 a month for 2 colors, 70 a month for 1 color. And everybody that participates during the month gets a share of the hostess rewards. This one, each month, it's a different hostess, and they get all the hostess rewards. Oh, there's my Rhino Ready class. There we are. So $65, $35 the kits plus brass butterflies. $65 gets you the stamp set plus the kits plus the butterflies. Now I'm going to do all of the the eye, the royal eye. It'll be hubby and I are going to do all of the die cutting. So you don't need the dies. If you have the dies, then that's awesome, but you don't need them. And if you don't have the rhinoceros stamp set, then the cards are built so you can use like Elephant Parade, or the hippos that we had during Celebration last year would work really well with that. So let me know if you're part of my monthly tutorial subscription. You will get 4 cards, and you can always upgrade your tutorial subscription to get the kits for the 3 of the cards. So you have until May the 1st to register for that. My computer just did something funky. You buy a new computer and you think it's going to work, and then it doesn't. It's annoying. All right, so these are the pieces that are going to go on the front. And I'm just layering them with pieces of Mango Melody cardstock. So there we go. There's the front. And here's the front piece. So this is 4.5 by 4.25, and it's scored at 2.25 down the middle. Yes, thanks, Kathy, for your support. I do appreciate it. I've had a lot of nice comments about my monthly tutorials. And you get a PDF with all of the measurements, plus you get exclusive video tutorials. So those video tutorials are only shared with people who pay for the class or are part of my monthly tutorial subscription. Okay, which way does this go? I want to make sure they form a... Yeah, this one goes on this side. I never share them publicly ever. They're exclusive. And if you get the class, you get 3 tutorials. If you get the monthly subscription, you get 4. 4 video tutorials. And I usually don't make too many mistakes on them, so that I have to take cards apart. Okay, so we're putting this on here like this. And that makes the front. So that's this part. Ugh, glue everywhere. That's this part. So now we're just going to take the hinges, fold them like this, put adhesive where those X's are. Okay, I need to get a couple of clips. Hang on a sec. I'm just going to clip these down so you guys can see what I'm doing, and it won't be in the way. There. Okay. Of course, that's not really going to work now, is it? There, that's better. All right, so we'll put adhesive on the other side. Just like that. And then, hi, Wendy. Okay, so now you take this and see I've got these pinned down so they're nice and flat, adhesive where the X's are, and I'm going to line this up in the middle again, right here. So this is the center. And I'm going to take that fold. You have to lay it flat, but it needs to be folded. Take the fold and run it along that line so that it's centered. And then push down. Then when we remove, oh, good, Wendy, thank you. Wendy's been here all along. Are you crafting, Wendy? And there you go. So now I'm just going to go in here and just burnish those and make sure that it's stuck good. Oh, got another Facebook user. Well, Hello, Mary. Welcome. Oh, not Mary. Sorry, Marie. Woo. There we go. That's it. That's the fold. And you know what I realized? I did not get a piece for the inside. I need 5 1/4 by 4 white for the inside, and I did not get it. Okay, that's it. So now we get to decorate. Yay! Love decorating. So we have this is for a sentiment, I guess. Okay, let's cut some stuff. Cut some stuff. Now, if you have the stamp set, of course, you could stamp, but you don't need the stamp set. Just get a package of this paper now before it retires. And you could fussy cut these things out. You don't have to, you don't have to have a stamp set. Just the dies and the paper, or just the paper. You don't even need the dies. All right, get my machine open here. So when you store your machine, thanks, Debbie. I'm sorry, Wendy, that I'm going too fast. I don't want it to lag for people. But you can go back and go along with the replay and pause it when you need to. Okay, so when you store your plates, do you store them in your die cutting machine? That helps keep the top plate flat, just to let you know. You should always store them, if you can, if you've got the room, you should always store them inside your machine, like rolled in through. Okay, I'm going to cut the bunny out. Now this doesn't cut the puddle out. So I'll have to fussy cut that puddle. And then about a half a turtle, we'll put him on the inside. Isn't he cute with his little flower? Love it. I love it. Uh-oh. Oh. Ran out of Post-it note pieces. Time to replenish my stock. Okay, so run those through. Go. That's the beauty of having these things videoed. And when you do my monthly tutorial or my class, it's exactly the same. If you don't, you get invited to join us for the virtual class as well in the evening. But if you don't want to join or you can't join the class, then you can do it with the videos and you can pause them when you need it. Uh-oh, wait, I threw away that puddle. I need to get the puddle back out. Where did the puddle go? There it is. So you remember on Monday I was using Seaside Bay and I went to clean up and I lost the die for the bird. Like, it's really important that you have the die for the bird. And it was nowhere. And I looked and I looked and I looked. Hello, Facebook user. Oh, it's Dimity. Hi, Dimity. I looked and looked and looked for that stupid bird die. And I didn't notice it before I started to clean up that it wasn't there. So I had to take everything back out that I had put away already. I'm just lining up this fox here. I had to take everything back out, and it took me a half an hour to find it. And I had put the embellishments that I was using on top of the die, the magnetic plate that I keep the dies on, but I hadn't removed the Post-it note, and it must have been sitting up like this. And I put the the container of embellishments on top like that, and it ended up doing that. Yeah, it was the very last place I looked. Okay. Who else is joining us? Well, I sort of have a tray. I have this. This is a magnetic sheet that I keep them on. But you see how I leave the paper on there and I put it up like that so the sticky was on there, and then I put my embellishments on top. Yeah, it was a bad scenario. And I even went back and watched the video to see what I had done with the dies when I finished using them to make sure I hadn't put them somewhere else. I found it. It just takes a little bit of looking. So when I cut these out, this is for the bunny. I like this puddle. So I always fussy cut the puddle so I can use it because he looks funny like that. He needs his puddle. Were you watching the night I called this his pond? Yep, I did. It's a little tiny pond. And you know, fussy cutting. I like fussy cutting, so. There we go. All right, there's his puddle. Puddle, puddle, puddle. All right, now let's get this out of the way so that it doesn't distract me, because that's not what the front's going to look like. The inside, I thought I would put that on one side and this on the other side. And we'll be good to go, right? Sound good? Okay, let's get some glue on these and get it drying, because I like to use glue on the inside so I can get it right around the edges. And then I'm going to make a custom envelope, so I don't need anything for the envelope because I'm using designer paper for it. Then it will match my card. Oh yeah, come on, glue. So did you guys know, I think I've told you before that if you use a lot of Tombow, you might want to get some right away. It's on the low inventory list right now, but it's going up $2.50 a bottle in Canada. There we go. I'm just going to let that dry. So if you can, order yourself some if you use a lot of it. I ordered a few of them. Okay, now the front. We have this dude. Uh-oh, we might have to leave him, let him hang over the edge a bit. That's okay, we can do that. And then we have this dude. And then I need a sentiment. I need a sentiment. Shall we put these? Okay, do you want me to use that as the sentiment? It says rainy days are better with you. That'll fit in there. Or do you want me to find this happy birthday? I'd like to do that, happy birthday. I think it needs to be a little bit smaller than that. So when I did this one, this kind of folds. So when I attached it, I only attached it to this side. I left this free so that it can move. But this one, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to put glue on the puddle because the puddle's going to be flat. You know the best thing about having grandchildren, this just reminded me of this wonderful memory I have. It allows you to become a kid again. And when our first came along, happy birthday, yeah, I think so too. When the oldest grandchild came along, of course it's your first, right? So you're out there and you're enjoying it, having fun, and we used to go out and do all sorts of stuff. Well, we did with the second one too, but unfortunately the third and fourth one lived too far away, but I do it when I can with them. But we used to go out when it was raining, put our rain stuff on and go out and jump around in the puddles. We had so much fun. I just remembered that that's going to be hanging over a bit, so I'm going to move those. We used to go out and he'd put his little muddy buddy on, and we'd go out and jump in all the puddles and had a lot of fun. Okay, I can put it a little bit closer there. I'm just trying to judge where I can put the dimensionals. I wonder what stamp set that is. Cottage Rose. Maybe it was part of the Cottage Rose. I usually write it down. Who knows? Okay, so we have our fox, and I have to avoid that center. So I want to make sure he's over far enough. He's not going to interfere with the center. This guy's okay. He's small enough. He'll fit in there. So if you're watching the replay on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. And if you hit the little bell icon when you subscribe, it will tell you when I upload videos. Because I upload videos and I don't make them public. Sometimes I make them unlisted, the Thursday ones, like my fun fold ones. And the only way you know they're there is if you get notification that I've uploaded a video. And then you get to watch it. Because usually I don't share them anywhere. Now, last week I shared my triple planter one on my blog. Okay, now I'm just going to take this and scoot it down underneath where his foot is there. Ooh, I almost put it up. Almost put it down too far. There we go. And because I had Tombo on there, I was able to move it around to make sure that it's right underneath his foot like that. There. Okay, I'm going to find Happy Birthday. Going to find, what number is Cottage Rose? 1011. Let's see if it's in there. It is. Yay! It's in there. So I didn't lie. There it is right there. We'll use that one. I'm going to miss this stamp set. I used it a lot. Okay. Get a block. Get my Memento ink. Put this back in the stamp set before I lose it. So how are you guys doing out there? Did you have a good week? I didn't even ask you. Did you have a good week? Next week is our son's birthday. Now, we have two sons. They're twins. And Monday is their 43rd birthday. How in the world is that possible? I tell you, I don't understand how they can be so old when I'm only 23. And it's funny because one lives 12 hours away. So unfortunately, we won't be with him on Monday. The other one is working Monday, so we're doing celebrating on Sunday, I think. And I asked them both what they wanted because we treat them to dinner for their birthday. Well, we treat their whole families to dinner for their birthday. And I asked them separately what they wanted for their birthday. They both chose sushi. Neither one talked to the other one, and they both chose sushi. Oh, whose boy turned 50? Oh, Valerie. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know how that's possible when we're so young. There. All right. So let's put some dimensionals on the back. I've got these lovely strip things here. Get a few. So I didn't ask the northern one what day. Well, I haven't heard what day they're going to celebrate yet. So we may be eating virtually with him. I don't know. We'll have to see what their plans are. They're Ted's first wife's children. Oh, Holly, that's awesome. I'll have to tell Ted that. You're so old. Oh, and by the way, Holly, thank you for the card. We received it yesterday. Hubby was impressed. I should get it and show you guys. Ted, for my local customers, if they have punch problems, they drop them off and Ted fixes them for them. And he did some work on Holly's punches. So she sent him a card. Oh, look at this. Isn't this adorable? Okay, who's the same age? Marie's the same age and have boys that are 52 and 49. Oh, how do they get to be that old when we're not? I don't get it. It's funny. Okay, let's put these dudes on the inside. Don't you think this card is adorable? Oh, I know. I have to save it. I've got a family birthday coming up. Maybe I'll save it for that. No, not our children. Their cards are done. Done. When we went up to visit the northern family, we took his stuff up and hid it. So all we have to do is remind our grandson up there to go and get Daddy's birthday present out from the closet. There we go. Let's slip this on the inside. I like that. That is pretty cool. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, look at this super adorable card. Now, if this doesn't make you run out and order the Playing in the Rain bundle, I don't know what's going to. I am in love with this. Okay, let's make the envelope. Okay, so which side do you want out on the envelope? The umbrella side or the flower side? Thanks, Connie. So which side out for the envelope while I cut, and then you guys can decide which side you want facing out when I put it together. I should save this for make another one for my sister. Her birthday's in July. And they live very close to Debbie, and they don't get a lot of rain. So, but they used to live in Victoria, where they used to get rain. Not as much as we get, but they did get rain down there. So they know all about living in rainies. Oh, I'm missing all the responses. 1 brawly, 2 umbrellas, 3 umbrellas, 4 umbrellas, 5 umbrellas, 1 yellow, and 6 umbrellas. Wow, looks like the umbrella side is the clear winner on that one. So don't forget, if you are interested in either of my colors, I'm calling them clubs, but the new color is not a club, it's just a buying thing. You're not committing to anything. You're just committing to whatever month or months you want. Or the in color club. Now that one is, you do commit to that one, commit to all 5 months, and it's almost full. So there's only 2 spots left in that one. The other one, there's unlimited spots in it, but you have to reserve and let me know before the 1st of May. Because I have to get the orders ready to go, get the payment system. So what happens is you pay me the monthly fee for whatever one you sign up for. And I have everything. You get ink pad and You get cardstock, ink pad, refill, and blends for whatever color of the month it is. And then for the In Color Club, each month you get something else, like the markers or designer paper or ribbon or something. And for the New Color Club, it's a bit different. You're going to get all of the usual stuff plus kits to make 2 projects. And then that's all you get, except that if you do all 5 months, I'll give you a package of soft shimmer paper. And if you sign up for the New Color and the In Color Club, I'm giving you another gift from me. And with the In Color Club, you sign up for it, and I will give you a package of In Color pearls. So there's the list. So month 1, you get markers, In Color dots, luster paper. Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on that. Designer paper and some jute twine. Now this might change to ribbon. I have to see it first. I haven't decided. And I chose the fishing designer paper because it's got a lot of the new in colors in it. And I didn't really like the patterns on the In Color paper. So that's why I chose that one. So there we are. There's our suspended book fancy fold card and the coordinating envelope. And this is Playing in the Rain, and this is Rain or Shine designer paper. They're both still available. The stamp set and dies are going to be in the new catalog, but not bundled. So you're not going to get the 10% savings anymore. The designer paper, when it's sold out, or May the 3rd, and then it will disappear. And it's not on sale, which means they don't have an overabundance of it, but it's also not on the low inventory list yet. And the Cottage Rose is also is retiring. The bundle is retiring, so we're not going to be able to use that anymore. And the Abigail Rose designer paper is still available as well, and it might be on sale. Let me go and look. I'm going to type in here Rose and see what it comes up with. It's searching. Yes, Abigail Rose designer paper. So this stuff that I used on this one here, including these stripes, it's on sale for $14.85. So there's a bargain and a half for that one. Oh, somebody's got a practice card made. Oh, good job, Holly. Thanks, Carmen. I like this. I like this fold. I might have to use this for our club cards for May. I'm working on them. May, if you're part of my May club, we are going to be using whatever floral stamp set you have and the Sentimental Park dies. This would work really well with these dies. Wonder, do you think you could do it? You could, couldn't you? Make the card this way and have it suspended and have the card oriented like a hot dog instead of a hamburger. And it would stand up. You'd do it like 11 by 4 1/4, right? It's not going to now because it's not made for that, but you could do it. There's no reason why I couldn't do that. I've got my brain working. So that's what club is in June. It's going to be Sentimental Park dies, and these are carrying on into the new catalog as well. So they're still available to order. Okay. Oh, I'll show you on Monday. I'll show you Holly's card on Monday. Thanks so much, everybody. Don't forget to hit those emojis and let Facebook know that you are enjoying my video. If you just hover over top, it gives you the emojis down there at the bottom. So just click on those and let Facebook know that you are enjoying my video. And if you caught the replay, thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching on my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe right down there. Click that red button and subscribe to my channel. You're very welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. My team and I are getting together tomorrow night for a little bit of a social. And if I get my box, at some point over the weekend, I'll do an unboxing. And if I don't come on that I'm having one, then I didn't get my box, and I'll have to do it Tuesday, maybe Tuesday. I'll have time. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Stampin' Smiles. Bye for now.